It's hard to do.
I was about to stand up there. So, once again, I'm Mark Moffitt. I'm running to be your Denton County Tax Assessor. I'm running because I believe that Denton County deserves to have a better run and more efficient tax office. I'm not running because I need a job. I'm not running because I don't have anything else to do. I'm running because I want to serve you. That's why I'm running. I believe that with my experience and my education, I believe I am the most qualified individual in this race, and I believe that that will show up in the future as we prepare for this county to continue to grow. Once again, I'm Mark Moffitt. I appreciate you check out my website, markmoffitt.com. Thank you.
And I am Michelle French, and I am running because this is an industry, this is an organization that I have given my life to, my career to. I believe absolutely in being able to serve our public with as much dignity and as much respect and as much courtesy and efficiency as absolutely possible. There are things under my leadership, if I'm elected, that will change in the tax office. I'm not the tax assessor yet, and I report to the tax assessor right now, but there are definitely things that will absolutely change to be able to provide you with the most efficient and courteous and effective service possible.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start. We're going to start with our constable. Place 6, Carrollton. Now, y'all had nameplates, but they were on your chairs, but I think somebody else sat in your chairs, so that's okay. So first, our first one is Mr. Douglas Lee. Second is our Constable Ron Smith, and third is Ken Williams. And I'll go over the information with you all. We'll start off with Mr. Lee when we start with the 2 minutes. When he's finished, then we'll go to Constable, and then we'll go to Mr. Williams. And then on your questions, you have 1 minute to answer. Can we have silence, please? Thank you. You'll have 1 minute to answer the question, and then you'll have 1.5 minutes to wrap up at the end. And when we start, you'll get the first question, then you, and then they'll start with the second. So the first person will get the question first. All right. Lee, would you like to start with your 2 minutes, please?
Yes, ma'am. My name is Douglas Lee, and I'm a candidate for the Precinct 6 Constable's office. I've lived in Precinct 6 for the last 13 years. My wife Rebecca and I are raising our 2 children here. We have twin daughters, Harper and Hannah. They're fixing to be 11 in 2 weeks. They go to Hebron Valley Elementary School. They dance at Diane Cole Johnson School of Dance. And we go to the Ridge Church, which is just outside of Castle Hills at Josie and King Arthur. We've been there for several years since they moved, before we were over at 121. Great location. We're expanding. Lots of people come and visit every Sunday. Invite you to come visit us. I've been with the Sheriff's Office for the last 19 years. I've been a detention officer. I've been a patrol deputy. I've been a patrol corporal. I've been a patrol sergeant. I was a SWAT team commander. Currently, I serve as the supervisor over the traffic unit. We do traffic investigation. We do commercial motor vehicle enforcement. I'm involved in the community. I currently serve on the Heroes of Denton County Executive Board. I'm the past president of the Denton County Law Enforcement Association. I was the president of that organization for over 10 years. I have over 2,900 hours of training. Of that, over 500 hours are in leadership and management. I'm a Master Peace Officer, and I'm a proud graduate of Texas A&M University. I appreciate your support, and I appreciate your vote. Thank you very much.
My name's Ron Smith. I'm presently the constable here in Precinct 6 down here in the Carrollton area. I'm not going to go a whole lot on me because that's not what this is all about. It's basically about what have we done, what are we doing, and fortunately I have a good group of people. It's not just me; it's the people that I have working with me. We've accomplished during the past 3 years, going into 2012 here, we've accomplished one heck of a lot of things. In the previous years, Very little was done at this office. Warrant-wise, I think maybe they did in 2 or 3 years, they did 500 warrants. In the past 3 years, I think we've gone over 4,500 warrants. We cleared them, but we don't clear them by arrest. One of the things that we instituted when I first came here is to tackle these warrants, but tackle these warrants from an intelligence standpoint, to work with the offender so that we can get this money flowed back into the county. That's the most important part. Putting them in jail is easy. And so we try to avoid that as the last resort. Civil paper-wise, that's increased over the last 3 years. We've been very successful with that. I'm endorsed by county commissioners, Sheriff Ben Parkey, Chief Lee Howe, city council people, present and past, present mayor, past mayor. So they know the job that we're doing, and we want to continue doing that job.
My name is Ken Williams, and I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio, and I've been here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area for now about 25 years. I've been a constable for 18 years with Dallas County and with Denton County as well. I've had a degree. I've been to college in Washington, D.C., graduated from the University of Washington D.C., and there I was exposed to the political arena. It was kind of just thrown at me real quick. And so I kind of learned a lot about how politics works. And after that, after I graduated from college, I came here to Louisville, lived in Louisville for a while, and then I became a member of the volunteer fire department in the colony. I did that for about 4 years. Then after that, I went on and got a license in arson investigation and worked with them in fire arson for a while. And later, I went to the Colony Police Department as a reserve, and I stayed there for about 3 years. Then after that, I left the police department, went to the constable's office, and that's where I've been ever since. And so I've really learned a lot about the duties and the responsibilities of the constable's department. And if I'm elected, I know what the community needs and what they deserve and the kind of attention that they need. And I am looking out for their best interests.
Who's going to put their nameplates up?
We're official now.
Now you're official.
You guys are all official. You can take us home with you, too.
All right.
I've got the first question of the evening for you, gentlemen. A lot of the duties the constable had to do with the civil process and trying to get summonses served and stuff like that, and warrants served and whatnot. So what background or what experience do you guys have in that? I'll start with Mr. Williams first.
Well, as I just said, I've got over 20 years of law enforcement and constable serving civil process. I've been doing that for at least 15 years, and I know the ins and the outs. And I think that one of the biggest things that we can make a difference in the constable's office is work for the people and around the individual's schedule. The constable's office is only opened up 8 to 5 or something like that. I think we need to adjust our hours and make it available for the community to come in and pick up their papers and make ourselves available for them as well in the evening times after 5.
Was that exactly what the question was?
Experience in the civil process, all the duties the constable have to do with serving warrants and civil duties.
Well, I mean, that's an easy question. We're doing it right now. That's what we're doing. Civil process, like I say, I think last year we had close to 5,000 pieces of civil process over the year. And we do that in a number of ways dealing with that. And civil process, there's a lot of things involved. There's especially when you're doing what they call FEDs or possessions of property. And like this past week, we got 75 in that we will start on tomorrow. So we get about 70 to 80 each week, that varies, with the additional civil processing with additional warrants. But we open ourselves and manage ourselves on a way that allows us to perform efficiently and effectively.
The bell got him. As I said, I've got 19 years of law enforcement experience, and not much of that is in civil process. That's not what we typically do at the sheriff's office. We serve warrants, we make arrests, we take criminal cases. Each opportunity that I've had at the sheriff's office has been something new. It's been an opportunity to learn a new job. That's exactly what this would be. I took the opportunity to put myself to a civil process school a couple of months ago. So I've started that educational process already on my own time, at my own expense. I went to a civil process school to start learning more about this office. The training and experience I've had will translate over to this office. Leadership is leadership. You hire good people, you train good people, you get them good equipment to take care of themselves, you ask them to do the job that they've been hired and sworn to do, you have a successful environment.
Mr. Smith, tell us about your administrative experience and how you plan to manage the routine duties of constable.
Well, again, that's a pretty easy question. I'm doing it right now. I've been doing it for the last 3.5 years. My administrative experience, I do own some companies. I know that's been thrown out, and I'm not directly involved in those companies right now. I do have people running them, and I'm in principal ownership of some other companies. But I have many years of experience administrative-wise. Running the office, certainly our track record says more than anything I can say. The JP and people who have endorsed us and supported us in this campaign is pretty obvious the reason why they're endorsing us and supporting us.
Mr. Williams,
Would you repeat the question, please?
tell us about your administrative experience and how you plan to manage the routine duties of constable.
My managerial experience would be, I've had my own business, a small business. It was a laminating and mounting business. I had that for about 5 or 6 years. And there I learned how I moved on and worked at a couple of large mortgage companies in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So I know how to manage my time. And I think that I would be very good at that, as well as for managing business. I've also worked managing as a constable. I've been an FTO officer, training, and so I've taught them the rules and some of the things that they should do and should not do out there in the public while they're serving papers. So, and I would just make sure that they have a good foundation on how to be respectful to the citizens of anybody as far as that goes, and do their job properly.
And Mr. Hood.
Yes, ma'am. In my 19 years at the sheriff's office, the bulk of that time has been in a supervisory position. You're responsible for many different facets, from training, education, safety, job performance, job evaluation, career development. Those are all things that's just another way of saying supporting your employees. It's the manager